When you're playing a game featuring a larger-than-life character like, say, the Incredible Hulk, you want to really feel like you sort of are this character. You want to feel like you can kind of do all the crazy crap that this character is capable of. Unfortunately, a lot of the superhero games over the last couple of years have kind of lacked this quality, and others that have kind of tried to make it happen haven't really made an especially enjoyable game out of the experience. Radical Entertainment's The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction changes all that. It took the developer 2 tries now, but its second game based on the Hulk license is a winner. It gets that intrinsic feel of just kind of being this gargantuan green monster who can bust up anything in his way just right, and the underlying game design works really well. Ultimate Destruction isn't based on Ang Lee's Hulk movie. It's set within the comic book universe. You play as Bruce Banner, but not the way you played as Bruce Banner in the Hulk game from a couple of years ago. All those lousy stealth sequences are gone, and you play the game exclusively as the big green machine. That's good, because that's where all the fun parts of the last game were. Now, Radical's kind of ramped up those sequences with a ton of crazy moves and abilities that you can use to lay waste to practically every object in the game. By himself, the Hulk's got a lot of crazy abilities. Hammer-throwing tanks, chucking dumpsters at cops, sending huge seismic bursts in every direction. The Hulk ain't messing around. But then you can also kind of take objects from the environment and weaponize them. What that means is that you can, take a car, rip it in half, wrap the pieces around your fist to give the Hulk, his own Hulk hands, and then you can smash up a bus and use it as a shield, which then you can grind like a skateboard. It's ridiculous. There's all sorts of nutty ways to use the environment to your advantage in the game, and that's what makes the experience so much fun. The game has an open-ended GTA-like feel to it, though the story missions are completely linear, coming one at a time. The rest of the time you can kind of go do these kooky side missions like races and rescue missions, or you can just wander around busting up whatever you feel like. Everything in the game breaks, and breaks real good, so it's kind of hard not to get caught up in the smashing of stuff. The main storyline is good, though it's also a little sporadic in spots, and some of the story missions aren't so great. The game's at its best when it's just asking you to blow stuff up, and when it kind of veers into the fetch quest and escort mission territory, it's a little less fun. None of these missions are bad exactly, but they can also be pretty frustrating due to the game's sometimes rough difficulty level. But then there's always the destruction missions to bring you right back into it, and the boss fights, which are just completely epic and fun. Ultimate Destruction is available for the PS2, the GameCube, and the Xbox, and all 3 versions are impressive in their own right. All 3 feature HD support, with the Xbox going all the way up to 720p, and all 3 have Dolby Surround sound. The GameCube version fares probably the worst of the 3, with more frame rate drop than the rest, and the PS2 version has kind of a junky draw distance to it. Thus, the Xbox version is the preferable of the bunch, but if you need to get the game on the PS2 or the GameCube, you'll still get a great experience out of it.
Let go, you freak!
The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction is really a game built solely for fans of chaos and destruction. And, the Hulk also. There's plenty of Hulk fan service here, both in the storyline and through some of the cool unlockables like the costumes and comic book covers you can get as you play the game. And even if you really aren't a huge fan of the Hulk, the gameplay is a lot of fun thanks to the sort of playground-like nature the environments take on as you run through spearing anti-Hulk robots with light posts and smashing vehicles and soldiers alike. It's big, dumb fun for those who just like their games with lots of explosions and demolition, and it's definitely worth checking out.